Alwyn Cashe was a soldier's soldier, a warrior who literally walked through fire for his troops.
The Army gave him a chance to be everything he wanted to be. He liked to hunt, fish. He was all into the things you guys do, rappelling, jumping off of buildings when he was younger, you know, jumping off the top of the house just to see if he could. I tell people he found his niche when he went into the Army because he was able to use all of his energies, and the Army didn't stop him from doing anything.
The way he took care of his soldiers by truly knowing them and the empathy that he had for them. And I think it made me better. I think it made all of us better. I think everybody who was around him and who dealt with that were better from learning from that.
October 17th, 2005. Sergeant Cashe was commanding a Bradley fighting vehicle on night patrol in Iraq.
Dust storm had rolled in, but we needed the supplies. And so we were trying to figure out in this pretty hostile area with one way in and one way out, that every time a resupply convoy came in, it got hit.
We talked with our company leaders, you know, trying to figure out like what assets were available because we knew that medevac was unavailable due to the red air.
It was Cashe. No, sir. We've got to take care of those people coming through. We've got to protect them. That's our job.
And at that time, you know, our platoon was experiencing some maintenance issues as well. So a normal Bradley platoon has about 4 vehicles. So we were down to 3 vehicles.
The Bradley that had a maintenance issue was his. He could have not gone. He could have not gone, but he jumped track. He had to be with his boys.
I'm following behind Sergeant Cashe in his Bradley. I'm about 200 meters behind him. And then just in front of me, the vehicle hits an IED. It was a pressure plate IED that penetrated the bottom of his Bradley, and it immediately immobilizes the Bradley, so it stops moving forward and just kind of just creeps to a crawl.
An improvised explosive device detonated, igniting the vehicle's fuel and engulfing it in flames. I'm up. He's leaving. I'm down. Sergeant extracted himself and without hesitation turned back to the vehicle to help free the driver and extinguish flames on the driver. In the process, Sergeant First Class Cashe uniform, drenched in fuel, caught fire, causing severe burns. Patrol was still taking enemy fire, but Cashe thought only of his fellow soldiers trapped in the troop compartment.
It was literally, he was walking into an inferno. And it's not easy to get into the Bradley with all your gear on. At that time we were wearing body armor. And so it's not easy to get yourself into a vehicle that's burning and then also pulling all the soldiers out. So he goes back time and time again to pull these soldiers out while the vehicle is burning.
When helicopters began to arrive, he insisted that his troops be evacuated before he would go.
The company first one was arguing with him. Get on the vehicle. He was arguing, where are all my boys? I want to make sure everybody's all right first.
And I'm like, what are they arguing about? Just get on the helicopter. But Sergeant Major Yancey's trying to help him get onto a stretcher or a litter to be carried to the helicopter. And he was just so adamant about walking to the helicopter. And that was the last time I saw him. He was a walking, wounded soldier, and he, on his own energy, on his own will, he walked off of the battlefield.
He got them all out and back to the States alive. By getting them out of that vehicle, every single one of those kids was able to get back to the States alive. And you look at 2005 and what was going on in the wars, that wasn't always the case. And what's more important is each one of those kids made it back and was able to see their family again, was able to say goodbye to their family. Their family members were able to say goodbye to them because of Sergeant Cashe.
Oh, this is the emblem for the Sledgehammer Brigade, the 3rd ID. A couple months ago, I was at Fort Stewart, and they had this garden. Okay, well, they want to rename the garden after him. Okay, no problem. So I go up there, and I'm expecting a garden where flowers are. And so they were like, no, ma'am, it's a parade field where we do all of our promotions. That would mean that everybody that was going to get promoted, they have to learn his story, and the promotion people can ask them anything, and they should know Sergeant Cashe's story. This is our way of making sure that his legacy lives on. And it used to be called Marne Gardens. Now it's called Cashe Gardens.
Sergeant First Class Cashe's extraordinary heroism and selfishness above and beyond the call of duty were in keeping with the highest traditions of the military service and reflect great credit upon himself, his unit, and the United States Army. Signed, Joseph R. Biden, the President of the United States.